that, stay in the book. When I leave home, I stay in the book. When my spirit low, I stay in the book. When I need more, I stay in the book. When I need I stay in the book. When I need to grow, I stay in the book. When I feel low, I stay in the book. I stay in the book. I stay in the book. Quote that, read that, stay in the book. When I leave home, I stay in the book. When my spirit low, I stay in the book. When I need more, I stay in the book. When I need I stay in the book. When I need to grow, I stay in the book. When I feel low, I stay in the book. I stay in the book. I stay in the book. Y'all been rock the body. How so much power coming out my body. I could turn water to the potent yayin. Wish we had this when they smoked the Mayans. Quote that, read that, folks is lying. They never gon' teach what was written by them. They know the outcome don't provoke the lion. It's potent, so focus and don't deny it. I just take a hit and I'm choking by it. The Lord got smoke for the Goyim tyrants. They gon' get hit when your boy inspire. The Lord made bitches with the words of Kayam. They live by the sword, so they dying by it. And I speak the word with the sword of fire. We above the birds, we are ordered higher. The border deserve the fire, like quote that, read that, stay in the book. When I leave home, I stay in the book. When my spirit low, I stay in the book. When I need more, I stay in the book. When I need I stay in the book. When I need to grow, I stay in the book. When I feel low, I stay in the book. I stay in the book. I stay in the book. Quote that, read that, stay in the book. When I leave home, I stay in the book. When my spirit low, I stay in the book. When I need more, I stay in the book. When I need I stay in the book. When I need to grow, I stay in the book. When I feel low, I stay in the book. I stay in the book. I stay in the book. Yabaraka Yadi. Feel the spirit moving through my soul and body. Everything I touch turn to gold and probably. If I stay in the spirit, I behold the godly. People learn to God when they strolling by me. Get a hold of God when I'm holding Bobley. Wrapped in a word like it's Cole and Mari. Cause I stay in this place like Cole and Tommy. Bold in the face of the Roman century. Molding my sons to be my own infantry. Protecting my wife when I hold her gently. Teaching my daughter how to know a mission. But sometimes I slip. And I lose my grip. And I lose my wisdom. So that's why I do this. I quote that, read that, stay in the book. When I leave home, I stay in the book. When my spirit low, I stay in the book. When I need more, I stay in the book. When I need I stay in the book. When I need to grow, I stay in the book. When I feel low, I stay in the book. I stay in the book. I stay in the book. Quote that, read that, stay in the book. When I leave home, I stay in the book. When my spirit low, I stay in the book. When I need more, I stay in the book. When I need I stay in the book. When I need to grow, I stay in the book. When I feel low, I stay in the book. I stay in the book. I stay in the book.
It's a CZ beat.
We in this thing. What? 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 We ain't going.
Well, I let you phone.
It's a CZ beat.
We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? We ain't going nowhere. We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? And we ain't going nowhere. No. We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? And we ain't going nowhere. No. We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? And we ain't going nowhere. We in this thing. What? We going hard. We going 0 to 100 cause it's full God. We in the scripts. AJ. We read from Genesis to Revelations. We don't play. Nope. It's real simple. You don't get it? We been the chosen way before we even went to Egypt. We keep the laws. We keep them. Believe in Christ. That's why we in the streets trying to do what is right. We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? We in this thing. And we ain't going nowhere. We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? And we ain't going nowhere. No. We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? And we ain't going nowhere. No. We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? And we ain't going nowhere. It's a ZZ beat. You know that beat, huh? They rockin' it every day, cause they got the gift from God. Christ say endure until the end. If you endure to the end, you'll be saved, my friend. Christ cannot lie. He was perfect. That's why in Matthew 5:48 he said to be perfect. Father, show what we doing. Do it. We saving souls. If we keep the laws, then we know we going home. Home. We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? We in this thing. And we ain't going nowhere. We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? And we ain't going nowhere. No. We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? And we ain't going nowhere. No. We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? We in this thing. What? And we ain't going nowhere. And we ain't going nowhere. And we ain't going nowhere.
Well, I let your phone. You know, just gonna keep it real. Yeah, how I live. I might speak that slang, but got that word. Yo, I can still pull up where I served in. They watching my moves, they observing. Steam my brother, it's whatever for you. I'ma serve. Gotcha. What you need? I might speak that slang, but got that word. Yo, I can still pull up where I served in. They watching my moves, they observing. I see my brother, it's whatever for you. I'ma serve. I'm standing right here, you can crucify me. I'll forever be a voice for the voiceless. Hang with the Lord, you can get on. Asking my haters who they put on. Do this for the Lord, we don't put on. And we lay down the blueprint, and we following the red band. Put a blue letter, re-reference. No blood or Chris, y'all brothers repent. You know the vibes when we bump shows. No, we going up, but don't speak on. Know what I'm on in real time. And we too lit for lies. The box they living lies. Don't need your criticize. Never met him one time, but my name in his mind. Why most I gotta remind to stop the COVID, they wild. I might speak that slang, but got that word. Yo, I can still pull up where I served in. They watching my moves, they observe. Esteem my brother, it's whatever for you. I'ma serve. I might speak that slang, but got that word. Yo, I can still pull up where I served in. They watching my moves, they observe. Esteem my brother, it's whatever for you. I'ma serve. Yo.
This brother All from the Northern House of Saints, bringing you the verse of the day. Check this out. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. So woe to the people, right, that aren't taking counsel from the Bible, aren't taking counsel from the Israelites to find out who they actually are, what their nationality is, right? They're taking counsel from the heathen and, all the books that don't have anything to do with the nationality that they actually come from. So I advise you guys and I implore you guys to actually get into this book, learn the history, right, and come back to the Most High. Shalom.
AHOS.
Social Kazai, coming at you with the verse of the day. So check it out. We're going to start at 2nd Ezra chapter 3. We're going to start at 17. Verse 20 is the point to meditate on. And it reads, you rescued the descendants of Jacob from Egypt and led them to Mount Sinai. There you bent down the skies, shook the earth, moved the world, made the waters beneath the earth tremble, and brought disorder to the universe. The dazzling light of your presence passed through the four gates of fire, earthquake, wind, and frost in order to give the law and commandments to Jacob's descendants, the people of Israel. The point, yet you did not remove their evil impulse, but left the law to guide their lives. Point being, we got to keep the law to guide us. No matter what we do, everything circles back to the law. Whether it be treating your brother right, treating your wife right, treating yourself right, everything goes back to the law. Getting in good graces with the Most High, pleasing the Most High, and the Most High goes back to the law. Repent, keep the law. Kwame Yashara.
AHOS.
Brother, Jonathan got bars, man. He got bars. But he always making slow music, man. Wanna pray to his music and meditate. He can't get hype, man. Sometimes I wanna get hype for the Lord. Come on, man.
Blood on the post, 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 keeping them close. Man, we got fringes and seats on the clothes. Me and my brothers ain't sleeping, we reading the secrets. The deepest you've been is the ocean. Now we've been swimming in waters that's deeper than rivers to Jordan. We creeping up on them. It's the 14th of the month. Bone Thugs one day late for the show. Oh, ain't never been out ever since Red Pen Pals. You too late, you let them in now. We like veterans, niggas that's power. These secrets only come through steady, no regrets. We walk through water like Jesus. We raising the dead, you see this. Look at this evening pose. Blood on the post, 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 blood on the post.
We hold in post, chopping up doctrines, they ain't coming close. They had the 3 strikes like I'm Warner Franco. We're Rochelle toast, wisdom is better than silver and gold. This water is knocking down wicked Pharaoh. Can't swim through the sea, man, that fan was too slow. Pharaoh was sober-minded, think he can and go. Escape on a starry night, Victor Van Gogh. Living good unchained like Quincy Django. Shoppers down in the hood, now they wanna tango. Death angels coming close, so watch your back, bro. Watch your back, bro. We gonna that lamb, we gon' eat that. That better, herb, we gon' eat that. Doing this till your how come and see that. We that. Oh.
Blood on the post, 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 blood on the post. The Pesach and Nissan. We found faith in Misraim. We got to be strong. Walking through water, pray we don't sink. Strapped up, boots tight. Walking up right, boy, we don't lean. 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 Walking up right, we see that. Blood on the post. Blood on the post, 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 blood on the post.
Unmute myself. Shalom, 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 Yasha Allah. Welcome to another Milk Mondays. I am Officer Knock. Also got
Yo, what's up, man? Shalom.
Oh, this is all the way in the Bay. We got Captain Shaquat with the special guest appearance. How you doing, Cap?
Man, I could be better, man. I'm getting sick, man. I don't know what happened this weekend, but my throat's starting to sore up a little bit. But, you know, I'm here. I'm all right.
Hey, all praises, all praises. Hey, them herbs, Cap, them herbs.
Oh, man.
Gotta get them herbs. You know, Most High gave us the herbs.
Some oregano or something, man.
Kind of. All praises. Glad to have you here. We're going to be, Captain Elian will be around being shortly. Before we get started, though, we want to first give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem HaMashiach Yahweh Shai. All right. We also want to thank everyone who is always diligent, coming to class, learning the laws, learning the lessons, getting the breakdowns. You know, this is Milk Monday, so we try to make it simple and plain and concise for you. So all praises for that. Hey, tonight's lesson, since this is actually supposed to be, this is February, right? This was actually designated some years ago as a national holiday, but as we know, recently with the new president, well, I should say returning president, President Trump, coming in, he has taken away, I believe he's taken away the Black History Month to be recognized as a national holiday, right? So I don't know what Captain has up his sleeve as far as what angle he's gonna come with on which Black history should we be celebrating. But tonight's class is titled, Which Black History Do We Study During Black History Month? All right, so that's what we're going to be going over today. But before we get started, I want to go ahead and get some announcements going real quick. That way we can get Captain some time to get in here. But I'm going to pull this up real quick. All right, we got the calendar up, created by yours truly, Shaquat B. Judah. Right. Hey, yo, we got some dates coming up. We got some feast days coming up, right? First things first, we have our new 12th moon, new moon coming up. That will be March 29th. That'll be coming up. I don't know what day that's on, but we will be having a lesson for that night. I hope everyone is able to attend for that. Also, coming right around the corner, we have our Feast of Passover with the Anointed House of Saints.
Wait, Salakia. The next new moon is February 27th.
Oh, I'm looking at it wrong. Salakia, the water. I did look at that wrong. Salakia. Here we go. Yeah, new moon, 12th moon, February 7th, the water cap. But check it out. We do have our Feast of Passover coming up April 11th. Mark your calendar if you haven't already. Reserve your seats to the congregation if you haven't already. It will be taking place again in Atlanta, Georgia. This will be April 11th. It'll be on a Friday, I believe. So it'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's pretty much when most of us are not working. So all praises for that. We should be able to have be able to adjust our schedule to see if we can make it there, right? So that will be taking place. What you can do is, if you have not yet registered, please go to our website. It's anointedhouseofsaints.org. And you can find the tabs where you can register for the Passover. All right. Please do so. Please do so as soon as possible. All praises for that.
Man, I booked my ticket already, man.
All praises. All praises. As a matter of fact, since you brought that up, let me do this real quick, because then it'd be pretty easy to show instead of just saying it. Let me pull this up real quick. All right. Let me do this and share my screen. We're going to go like this, right? We're going to go to the website, right? Anointed House of Saints website. As you can see, Passover 2025, Atlanta, Georgia. Reserve your seats. The colors are burgundy, cream, and gold. Burgundy, white, cream, and gold are the colors for this year.
We don't see it.
Oh, hold on. Let me go back.
Yeah, we don't see it.
Let's go back. It's moving on me. There we go. Colors are burgundy, not white. Oh, it is white. Burgundy, white, and gold, and I believe also cream.
You still the feast day calendar on the screen.
Oh, you don't. Oh, so I thought I had changed it. 1 second here.
Just take the feast day calendar down.
1 second, Salakia. I didn't realize I still had that up. Let's take this down. There we go. All praises, all praises. Let's go back. I'm acting like I don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. Passover 2025, Atlanta, Georgia. Colors are burgundy, white, and gold, and I also believe green. Reserve your seats today, right? Reserve your seats. You can come to this website and you are able to reserve. But let me also show you something that we have for those who would like to, maybe get a free pass to the Passover, right? We're going to go to the support tab, because what we have here is we have donation packages, right? We have different tiers of donation packages starting at $20 every month. That would be a foundation supporter. Then we have $50 every month and $100 every month. All of these come with incentives below, as you can see. But check this out. For those who want to attend, right? If you go over here to the $100 mission and become a mission partner, you get into the feast days for free, right? That's a great incentive right there. For anyone who is not able to, commit to a monthly donation, we always have had our support to give alms through our Cash App, which is what you see on the screen right now. So if you're not able to commit to a monthly donation, any type of donation that you want to give, you can also go to the Cash App, AHOS School, and you can give your donation there. It would be much appreciated. These donations, of course, they go towards our school location that we have in Greensboro, North Carolina. They go towards our rent because we got to keep the building up, the utilities, upgrades, upkeep of the school, as well as any feast and community service initiatives that the school has. All right. So, if you're able to do it, all praises. And let me go ahead and stop this real quick. Go back. All right. So let me go ahead and give some shout outs. Oh, let me announce this. Any brothers who are looking to build their brick with Anointed House of Saints, you can do so by sending us your request through email at anointedhos@gmail.com. In the subject line, please put prospect phase, and we will get back with you when our next prospect phase begins. All right. So any brothers want to do this work, want to come out here and do the work of the Lord with Anointed House of Saints, please do that. And we'll get back with you. All praises for that. Now let's go ahead and get to these shout outs. I don't think we have too many people on here, so I'm gonna go through these quickly, and we'll see where we go from there. Shalom to Sister Johanna. Shalom to Sister Malka. Shalom to Sister Belin, Casa de Shemaiah. Shalom to the mighty Captain Aharon. Shalom to the mighty soldier DTA Twan. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom to the mighty brother Kowal. Shalom to the mighty soldier Be Like Ants. Shalom to, let's see who we got down here. Shalom to Anthony Brewington. Shalom to you, brother. Good to see you. I think that's about it. I don't see anyone else putting anything in the chat. If you want to get a shout out, because I'll do it at the end also, just go ahead and put a hearty shalom or hi, how you doing? That type of thing in the chat, and we can go ahead and get that going, and I'll get that shout out to you. All right, so tonight's title is Which Black History Do We Study During Black History Month? All right, let me see. I think I got a question.
Wait, Shalakia, real quick. Since we running these promos and stuff like that, man.
Oh yeah. Hold on,
man.
I forgot, Shalakia. Yeah, go ahead, do your thing.
Yo, so they call me Mr. Smooth Like Butter, man, and I'm gonna be doing a flash sale on Friday. We got that Island Mango right here, right? Looking nice, smelling nice, right? It's gonna be everything gonna be 50% off on Friday. Island Mango, Ocean Breeze for the fellas, Smooth Like Butter for men. All the different scents. Go to shop, click shop right there. I got 17 different scents and one unscented. It's good for people with dry skin. If you got eczema, psoriasis, you can put some of this in your hair, put it on your face. You know what I'm saying? It's good for your whole body. Scroll down some.
There we go. There we go. All right.
In the next month, I'm going to have a new website up. It's going to be looking fresh, looking nice. So Friday, I'm going to put, if you're not in the HOS congregation chat, send us an email. And we'll try to get you in that chat, but I'm going to put a discount code so all the people in AHOS can get 50% off on Friday. So look out for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Smooth like butter.
You got some. These are all new scents right here with the new product.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Hey, y'all better get on it, y'all. And I have to say, hey, this one right here is Baccarat. I haven't put another order in, but that was the bomb. I got to get some more of this right here, yo. I ain't gonna lie. I got to get some.
Got some, She got some, man.
I don't think, Captain, you haven't got any complaints from this, have you?
No, actually, you know what? I got one bad review. They said because when it melted, and it solidified, it was like little pebbles when they rubbed it into the skin, but it still worked.
Okay.
I'm like, man, hey, you know, it's a butter. Don't leave it in your car when it's hot.
Right.
Right. Just leave it in a cool area. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it won't melt. You know what I mean? But that's the only bad review. Everything else, you guys can go look at the reviews when you click the pictures and stuff. You know, I get number 5 stars.
All praises, all praises. Hey, you know, this is a great thing, man. This is a great thing because, you know, you think about all the things that are going on with the new president. Here's some of the reviews down here, 4.9 out of 117 reviews, you know, 4.9 stars. That's pretty awesome right there. With all the things that are going on with the president coming back in, changing laws, getting rid of the what is that? Diversity, equity initiative. You know, you got a lot of small businesses, Black-owned businesses, and they're complaining. They're saying that it's not fair. I mean, I got my own take on that, but that's not what this class is for tonight. Maybe we can come with something like that later, dealing with that. But yeah, I digress on that. We're gonna go ahead and get this going. I think I just seen Captain pull up. Let me go ahead and give a shout out to the mighty officer Shemaiah Shalom, mighty first officer Kadar Aharon Shalom to you also. Let me go ahead and bring Captain up here. He's not ready yet, so let's do this. Let's stop sharing. Let's bring these down. Hey, yo, Project 2025 unfolding, Judah Diagape. Hey, yeah, I guess you can call it something like that. I don't know if I call it that, but that's what they call it, right?
Man, I suggest everybody go look that up, Google it, Project 2025, and read it for yourself, man.
God,
it's a lot of information in there.
Absolutely, a lot of information. But I had a question, now I forgot it, but I think Captain's here, and I'm gonna bring him up. There we go. He's not showing. Shalom, Cap. Shalom, Captain. All your all. But yeah, so we're going to talk about what Black history, right? What is Black history? You know, what do we consider Black history to be compared to the other history months, or, you know, because I find it, here's the thing, I also find it kind of interesting that, you know, we live here in America and we don't have any month called White History Month. We don't have any month called Japanese History Month. We may, I don't know, but I always realize that it seems like there's always more focus on when we want to have something special for us, right? And we want to go to the oppressor or the ones that are actually running, and we have to go to them to actually, basically, I say beg them to make this a national holiday or recognition for us, right? And that's kind of like, you know, that to me is, I ain't gonna say the word, but we simping on that, right? That's something that we do with the master. We got to get their approval. But what we don't realize and what our people don't realize is that we actually have what's called history, right? Our history is in the Bible, right? So I believe Captain's going to go somewhere into that field of what type of history we should be actually recognizing, that we should be studying, that we should be understanding, because the scriptures tell us to search the scriptures, right? We're supposed to study to show ourselves approved. We're supposed to, you know, seek out our fathers, right? So all of this information that we have when it comes to the history of our people, we have it right in our hands, whether it's on a cell phone or whether it's in a book, right? So, Captain, oh, there he is. Shalom, shalom, Cap Yahweh Shina Shabrakata.
Hey,
how you be?
Shalom, yeah.
So I was just going into kind of like, you know, the Black History Month of I was going into the Black history as far as how it's been presented to us, how we kind of begged, and we have to go to the oppressor in order to get these things through legislation and have them become national holidays, right? When we actually have all the studying about our history in the Bible. But I'm going to leave that to you. Whenever you're ready to go, it's all yours. Shalom to Sister Josephina. Shalom, shalom, shalom to Sister Anariah. Shalom to you, sis. All right.
Hey, shalom, everybody. Well, let's go ahead and get into it now, right?
Okay.
So appreciate Shaquat for stepping in for me. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what you've been talking about. So whatever you've been talking about,
We've been
yeah.
talking about these butters, man.
That's right. Butters.
We're talking about these butters. That's it, man.
All right then. Shout out to the butters. And, you know,
God.
everything else. And whatever else he said. So but yeah. Angle I wanted to talk about or come from basically was an angle where you guys know and understand that there's different things that you could teach during Black History Month, right? We're Israelites, obviously. So our people, when they hear Black History Month, when they get a lesson for Black History Month, it's usually based off of what? The things that come and befall, you know, what, like the Jim Crow laws and slavery, sharecropping, you know,
Right.
civil rights movement, that type of stuff, right?
Right.
Old people times. No offense. So I knew Knockface was gonna do something when I said that. But
Come on, man. I ain't old, man. I'm not old. Go ahead.
but so yeah, that's what you learn about, right? Slavery, sharecropping, Jim Crow, slavery, civil rights. Those are all things that are negative, right? They all have negative connotations. They're all negative time periods in history for our people, mainly, right? But that's what they tend to teach us during Black History Month. So Black History Month, for us, when you actually learn about it and look into it with a, you know, magnifying glass and a scope, telescope, that is, you start to see that it's really there to remind us what we went through every single year, right? To remind us who Master is, to remind us, you know, who's your daddy, basically, right? And it's a psychological factor that comes into it, especially when you've like seen the slave movies and stuff like that they have out there, you know, 12 Years a Slave and all them other things, right? So Django and all that stuff. So when you've seen those movies and you're able to put yourself in those people's shoes, right? Whether it's from a mental state, from a physical state as an actor, or both, right? Our people are used to doing that. They're not used to putting themselves in a position when they learn about their history, where they feel like they're in power afterwards or even during the story, right? It's always something that involves us having the power taken from us, right? The power stripped from us and us being put in a situation to be put in some type of subservient position, right? So our people are used to being there. That's the spot we're used to being put in. I kind of wanted to talk about this class from the angle of, you know, the Maccabees, Mashiach Yahushua, David, Solomon. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give you guys like a more positive outlook on a way for you to look into your history and the things that you can look into, right? That would remind you of the history that we had, not just from a certain time period, but throughout the entire time period of the Bible, right? So let's just get Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 2 first, right? Excuse me. Because assimilation is something that our people are used to doing, right? And a lot of our people don't know that Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, besides what you would look up when you look up like how people in the Northern Kingdom, right? Folks of Issachar, folks of Asher, folks of, you know, Gad and Reuben, primarily, how they used to run things over here in the Americas. I'm not even talking about that history. That's still great history. You still can teach it. It's phenomenal, right? But I'm talking about actual biblical things, right? Things you can read and record, or read that are recorded in the Bible. So, going back into that history is great, like I said, but there's other things you can do that you can actually put, I don't know, like a physical picture with when it comes to reading things biblically, right? So I want our people to understand that. Biblically, you can put yourself in a situation where you're like, you know, literally in the shoes of the person who's either writing it or reading you would like whatever experience that they were putting themselves in for you to read, right? So when it comes to like the old stories that Gad was writing and the old story that the Aztecs was writing and Zebulon and so on and so forth, for one, a lot of those things are in languages that you guys don't know, Algonquin or Iroquois or something like that, right? So one, it's not gonna be something that's very edifying for y'all anyway. Second thing, they're always those stories, the ones that we have now, that they leave for you to be able to read. They typically are being spoken from a place of, you know, people like about to being colonized. So you got these folks that are maybe, you know, near the shoreline where they can see what's going on. They see the boats pulling up on the shore. They ain't never seen these people before. They might start get worried about it. And these are the things that you're reading about in that experience, right? As opposed to reading something where the guys feel like they're in power. They seem like they're in power. They're ruling over, you know, people other than themselves or their own people, right? You don't get to see those type of things in the stories that they give you now for us to read about our people. It's like that on purpose. You know what I mean? For the most part. And the reason it's like that is because they want you guys to even look at your history from a subservient position, right? So I want you guys to keep that in mind. But just a little bit of history to talk that type of stuff down, right? Because there's things biblically that also let us know the situation that we were put in, right? As far as the history standpoint, that would lead you to even better understand the history that we have of, or the history that we have that people think starts in like 1619, right? And stuff like that as far as slavery. So things like Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 2, if one of y'all want to get that.
Con, this is the book of
Get 2nd Ezra chapter 11 verse 41. Go ahead, get that.
Con, it's the book of Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 2. O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. Why dost thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth
read verse 4.
Down to 4?
Yeah, read all the way to verse 4.
Con. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth.
So our people need to understand that, for one, judgment is slack, right? So a lot of the history that we're going to read on our people as far as their, you know, conquering here, and even their conquering in Jerusalem from the 70 AD situation, any of the conquerings that have happened to us, right? You look into us with the Persians and Medes, us with the, you know, if you look into the Lacedaemonians with the Greeks and the Romans, if you look into the conquering of the Northern Kingdom by the, you know, Europeans and stuff like that, it's all stuff that involves us, you know, being put in a situation where judgment can be slack, right? Where we're not in a situation of power. So nobody ever talks about, you know, David when we're completely running things. We have nobody to control us. We have nobody that's trying to take over us because everybody's already basically under our feet. David got to make his enemies his footstool, right? So much so that everybody was subservient for Solomon, right? And so much so that even when Solomon went off and things started to happen, there was still a level of subjection that the other nations were in, to the point where we were able to have a split and still stay in some sort of power, right? So, but that's stuff, again, that they don't teach us. One, because they don't want us to know that David's related to us. But aside from that, even if they were just going to teach us about King David and Solomon and stuff like that during world history, right? The reason they don't teach that aspect of it is because if they like they know that if we were to figure out or to find out somehow, some way that we are the Israelites, just knowing the type of things that David was going through and the things that Solomon was doing, that would put us in a place where, you know, it might empower us to do some things in America that we aren't, or that we haven't been doing here, right? So, you got to understand that judgment is slack, right? The people here want to teach you a history from a standpoint of judgment being slack, mainly because when judgment is slacked, or the times that it has been slacked in America, for the time that it has been slacked in America, right? We've been in a place of, you know, non-rulership, a place of subservience, a place of having to cater to the other nations, right? Because we're controlled and ran and, you know, done dirty by the other nations, so to speak. So that's what I want to explain today, right? And that you guys have, as the, you know, authors of your own futures at this point, as people coming into the truth, right? You guys have the ability and the right to teach your children your actual history, right? So you could go through and teach them things about you being an Israelite. You can get them books on the Maccabees. You could get them books on, you know, the Stuarts and King James family, right? You could get them books on King David and things his family did, right? Like, there's things you can do to make sure that they're up to date and everything like that on the things that we can read and verify based on our history that we know as Israelites, right? You can show them how royal we are, right? The aristocracy that we had, the royal line, and the way that we used to carry ourselves as people back when we were in that type of mind state, as opposed to being in the mind state of destroyed slaves, right? Trying to rebuild ourselves, you know, based off of laws that they give us in America. So, there's other ways for us to be able to look at ourselves. They like to limit what they teach us in school about ourselves so that the way that we look at ourselves is limited. You understand? But if we knew that we were literally kings and princesses and stuff like that, right? Princes, and that we actually ruled kingdoms and nations and controlled people, right? Had dynasties and governments, as opposed to the things that we have in America to control, then our people might actually start to carry themselves as those type of people, right? For example, like when niggas watch Power or something like that, they start to want to be like the dudes from Power, right? They start to dress like them guys. They start to act like them. They start to have mannerisms like them, speak like them, all that type of stuff, right? Because our people start to embody those characters because that's what they want to be like. Well, if they knew that you was actually kings, and if they knew the way that kings acted and moved and stuff like that, right? Instead of them trying to, like, I don't know, liken the way the king moves to Jay-Z or Diddy or something like that, but actually we're able to liken how an actual king moved, and, you know, they're able to read accounts on how he would handle certain situations and stuff like that, right? And then mimic those type of situations, right? Or put themselves in those shoes so that they do the same thing that those person does, or that person would do, right? As opposed to doing the same thing a Tyreek or, you know, Big Meech or Lil Meech or something like that would do, right? Because you watch your Power. Just to give an example, right? So, like, if our people knew that side of the history, so to speak, it would be very easy for us to, one, comprehend a lot of the things that the Bible is saying, the way that the Most High wants us to move, and the way that He wants us to, you know, treat ourselves and treat each other as a people, but also the way that we're supposed to be using the Bible and the different laws that are already out there for us to rebuild our nation, right? Without the help of the white man, and not look for a nation that's trying to take us down to save us, right? So, you know, once again, that's kind of the angle that I want to come from with this lesson today. Not so much to give you guys a bunch of history, because I know y'all don't like that. Y'all not gonna watch the class. You know what I'm saying? So I'm imploring you guys mainly with this lesson, right? To just do your own research, right? Teach your children some things biblically, based off of research that you guys did that you know comes from the Bible. Some history that proves that you're kings, right? You're queens, princesses, princes, whatever you want to call it, right? But you were people in actual rulership that have the capability of ruling over people, right? Created laws that they still use today, even in America, right? To govern us. We created laws that they used to govern us, right? Because they were so good. They still used them. And they, you know, hidden the fact that we came up with them. Certain policies, certain things like calendars, all these type of things, right? Like we have the memoirs and the different lists of things that the slaves created during slavery, right? That the white people took credit for. Well, there's actual things in history, just like those things you could be proud of. Laws that we enacted, countries that we named, right? So there's a bunch of different things that you could put into play. Add to your little study book or whatever that you want to learn, your history book that you want to teach to your children. So I implore you guys to look those things up, right? And get the teaching. Give me 2nd Esdras chapter 11, verse 41.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 11, verse 41. For thou hast not judged the earth in truth, for thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, thou hast loved liars, and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and hast cast down the walls of such as did there no harm.
If you want to teach the negative aspects of our history, right, such as slavery, Jim Crow, sharecropping, all the things that basically prove that we've been in a subjected place for the last 100 years or a couple 100 years, right? I don't have a problem with that either, right? But what I would say is teach it with scriptures like this so that they understand there's a reason we've been put in that situation, right? There's a lesson that's supposed to come with this place that we're in right now that a lot of our people that aren't Israelites don't know to teach, right? They'll teach Black History Month from a place of power, as if we're supposed to feel powerful for going through slavery, right? As if we're supposed to feel powerful for having niggas get their behind whooped while they walk across a bridge for our rights. Like, that's not stuff that's supposed to make us feel powerful. But through the, the psychological warfare that's going on in America with our people and the enemies that we have here, right? Our people think that those things have made us powerful when they haven't. We have actual things in power, in history that have made us powerful, that make us look powerful, that would still make us look powerful today, that actually resemble an example of things that we should try to take back, right? In order for us to take the kingdom, these type of things are things that we would have to enact, right? To take a kingdom, right? To make what we're taking a kingdom. So those are things that we should use to make ourselves feel powerful, as opposed to teaching what they want us to teach to make us feel powerful, which actually makes us look and feel weak, which is slavery, right? Even when you teach it to a certain extent, it makes them look and feel bad, which is why in certain cases they're making you not teach it no more, right? Especially with Trump being in office. I'm sure that's going to be more of a thing now. How what's that dude from Florida named DeSantis or something, right? How he was trying to make it so that the people in Florida wasn't going to be able to teach about slavery or the truth about it or whatever.
Right.
Now that Trump's in office, you think that that's not going to be a thing nationwide at some point, right?
Slocky.
So, yeah, what's up?
They teach it in Texas, from what I know, that slavery was is a indentured servant.
Right.
Servants that they wanted to come over here and
work for lower wages so that they could build themselves up and make better lives for their families.
And all it takes is 2 to 3 generations to be taught that, and it goes downhill from there.
No more Nat Turner, no more Harriet Tubman, Araminta, no more nobody. Damn it!
They're gonna keep Martin Luther King though.
I was about to say that because I have Martin Luther King in the scriptures that we have. There's a reason they're gonna keep Martin Luther King too, because there's 2 aspects to Martin Luther King's walk. Right? There's a negative aspect, as they would call it, and a positive aspect, as they would call it. Right? The negative aspect is when Martin was smashing the white girls and was like, F America. We're going to take this thing back. We're going to burn it to the ground if we have to. And then when they brought Gandhi to him and they were like, hey, you need to act like this so you ain't going to get your point across with these white people. That's when they got it. Right? And he realized that afterwards. That's when he told us to, once he realized it, he hopped on the Harry Belafonte show, and had the little closed door meeting before he got shot in the face and stuff, where he explained to us that, he had integrated us into a burning house. Right? He literally said it. Because He put us in a place where it don't matter how many of them are cool with us, how many of them accept that we're here, how many of them know who we are and accept the situation and the position that we're actually supposed to be in, as opposed to the one that we're in now. There's still going to be the vast majority of them that don't like us, that are going to spew that, perpetual hatred, that are going to, their spirit is going to have an undying need to put themselves or try to find some way to put themselves above us, because it's part of the prophecy. Once Esau could and can, he would remove the yoke from his neck and put that thing on us. Right? So every opportunity that they get, especially while you don't have a physical yoke around your neck, they're going to try to spiritually put one on you. Right? Even if it involves killing you, to let you know who boss is. Right? Who's the master? Show enough, right? So the reason the white folks made show enough say show enough is because Master Show enough gonna show you, right? And for those of y'all that don't know, that's Leroy and them, right? That's probably past your time. You know what I'm talking about, Shaquat? You seen that movie, right?
Yeah, Khan, The Last Dragon.
The Last Dragon. Yeah. So bring your feet to the Daddy Green Pizza, So our people, right? They would rather you talk about Leroy Green than they would rather you talk about Solomon and David, right? They rather you teach about the history of Daddy Green's Pizza and Leroy, who's the master, right? Than teaching you how men was destroying whole armies by themselves, right? And it's in writing. In a book that they, swear on in America before they start court, right? So they can't say they don't believe in it because they make you swear in it before court, right? You still got to hold the Bible during certain court cases and situations and stuff like that. If you're a juror, they have the little bailiff come up, and depending on the case, and everybody in the jury box got to swear on the Bible still. So they still do that, right? This is still, quote unquote, the nation of in God we trust, but they don't trust in the people of God. How about that? So when you learn that you are the people of God and the history of the people of God, and you realize that they also lied about what a person of God is, as far as the way that they act and the way that they carry themselves and the things that they do, right? America taught you the people of God are real soft, and they sing and they wear long dresses and they, do choir dances and stuff like that, right? Nah. In the Bible, the people of the Most High, they carry swords. They ride horses. They cut people's necks off. They lay hands on people, right? They destroy nations and take over cities. Those are the Israelites, right? So that's literally the same thing that they teach you in world history about all these other people, right? When they teach you about Hitler, that's what he's doing. When they teach you about Stalin, that's what he's doing. When they teach you about Nobunaga Oda and Ieyasu Tokugawa, right? They teach you about Asian people who took over nations. They teach you about what's that dude name? The Hun, Attila and them. They teach you about what's the fat one? Genghis Khan. Buddha, right? They teach you about all these people that so-called took over nations and stuff like that, but they don't want to teach you about the biblical ones, and they swear that they believe in the Bible.
They teach about Alexander.
They teach about Alexander, and he's first recorded in the Bible. All of his history is recorded in the Bible, right? Where that book at I got? Right here. Hold on. Screen might be messing up still, but regardless, all of the Alexander history is in this book right here, right? With this little thing right here. It's called Worlds Together, Worlds Apart. It's a college edition by Study Space, right?
You can't see it.
Yeah, you got to pull it back.
I'm about to take this thing over here. Hold on. Damn it. Gotta show my background and stuff. Dealing with you people. You Sanhedrin heathen. No, all right, look. So, worlds together, worlds apart, right? This is a college book. I stole it from Georgia State University. Shout out to you guys. Yes. 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 We use the world where we can use it. I paid for it, but I was supposed to give it back at the end of the semester. Instead of giving it back at the end of the semester, I said I paid for it. So here it is. Right? But yeah, so there's a part in this book they teach you about, right? Look, the transformation of Buddhism. What the hell you need to learn about that for as a college student in America? That probably isn't Buddhist. Why do I need to learn this? Right? Why they can teach me about King Solomon or David or the Maccabees or, you know, why we have Purim, how Esther kicked their behind, right? Like, why we learn about that? How to take a heathen, Judith, like, Ruth, like, bruh, I don't understand why certain things that they could teach us, they don't teach us, right? They got the formation of the Silk Road. Do we need to learn that for real? Besides knowing that we were in slavery and forming the Silk Road during the formation of the Silk Road, correct? We don't need to know that. Other than that, China and Rome, how empires are built. Why they didn't teach us about the Empire of Israel? See what I'm saying? They deliberately teach you about everything but your people on purpose because they know who you are and they don't want you to learn your actual history. They don't want you to be able to tie any dots to your people, right? Connect anything to your people and then feel good about things that you connected to your people once you find out who your people are and who they're actually connected to, i.e. Israel, right? Han Dynasty. What the hell I need to learn that for? The Roman Empire, right? Like, it's crazy. Empires and religious change in Western Afro-Eurasia. And then when you go into the empires, it's the rise and spread of Christianity, the Christian Empire, the fall of Rome, the Byzantine Rome in the east of Constantinople, and the Sasanian Persia. Nothing about Afro anything. It said Afro-Eurasia, but there was nothing Afro anything. Why?
Slack.
Yeah, what's up?
I just wanted to add because I kind of picked up on something when you were talking about what they gave us and what they show. You know, it's almost like a smack on our face. You know, a lot of these historical documents and articles that they wrote when we were slaves, right? Because they believed we were going to be slaves forever. It's kind of like a smack on our face. So when we asked to have certain holidays legislated so that we can celebrate the captivity of our people in certain parts of the world when we're under captivity, all they're really doing is bolstering the oppressor. They're boasting about it. It's reminding their children, it's reminding their people as
how
to
powerful they are.
Exactly.
How much they control us and reign over us and what they did to us. They don't feel bad about that crap.
Yeah, right.
We make them feel like, ha, nigga.
Right.
What happened to you?
It's a mockery. Yeah, like the wall said, it's a mockery. And that's what they do every year, you know, and we sit there and we beg and we plead and we cry. We need to have this. We need to have Juneteenth. We need to have Black History Month. We need to have, no.
And look at this.
You know, go ahead.
I'm gonna cut you off, but just real quick to let me back off what you said, because you said like the history they give us, right? How they choose to give us what they give us based off what I said, right? As soon as you said that, I looked down at the rest of the chapter. The last two things that they teach you is watch this, because you said what? They thought we were going to be slaves forever. It's like a slap in the face. You said that, right? Watch this. East African and Indian Ocean. Irrelevant. Watch. The Trans-Saharan and Indian Ocean slave trade. So they taught you about the damn ocean so they could teach you about the slave trade that happened through that ocean. You see this?
Yeah. God. Yep.
This is a college history book. College. You pay for this. This ain't, public school. This ain't high school, Christian school, private academy. No, this is college. They're indoctrinating you in college, teaching you just slave crap in college, right? To keep you in a subservient mental state. This is all we were good for, slavery.
Right. Okay.
They talk about mosaic, but guess what? India as a cultural mosaic. Nigga, what? India? India? What India got to do with mosaic? Why you even put them in the same sentence together? Right? Since when do we make mosaics anything that don't have to do with Israel? When they didn't want you to know, right?
Hey,
How
Salak.
to connect yourself to Israel. Now mosaic is anything. You could have African mosaics, Indian mosaics, European mosaics, whatever. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I gotta get off here, man.
You think?
Yeah, I gotta get some medicine or something. Shalom, y'all. I'll see y'all later.
All right, shalom, shalom. Okay.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Okay.
So, they got Song China, China's neighbors adopt change. What the hell they got? What do I need to know this for? The Americas. The Mongol transformation of Afro-Eurasia. Why they don't talk about how the Israelites transformed the so-called Middle East?
Right.
We made the Muslims want to create a book for themselves. That's how we got the whole Muslim empire.
Right.
That's how you got jihad. That's how you got Hamas. That's how you got all them people, right? So, I mean, bruh, why they don't talk about none of that stuff? This is history, though, right? His story. So, I want you guys to teach our story to your children. That's the main reason why I want to do this lesson. Not to give you guys a whole bunch of history that I'm teaching you guys, and then the class just sits up here and only gets 123 views, and it sits up there forever. And when I repeat what I said in the lesson, y'all act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about because y'all never watched it in the first place. No. This year, we're not doing that because we got other lessons like that from the last 2 years that we did. What we're going to do this year is I'm going to just talk, bring out some biblical scriptures, right? And I'm going to implore you guys to do your own research on certain things, right? Sit your kids down on a Sabbath day and do your little Sabbath lesson on the history of the Maccabees. Look some things up on them, right? Sit down and look up what they would have looked like in their likeness based off of different accounts in history or something like that, right? Look up, because, I mean, you know that there was brothers and sisters, so when you see that they got a big old beard and it, reaches down to his chest, or he's 6'7", or, 45 cube, whatever they say, right? Like, when you see the descriptions of them, put them in the description of a so-called black person, because that's what they would look like, right? But the point I'm trying to make is the things that you read, as far as the actual actions that we took, the events that we made happen, the lands that we took over, the kingdoms that we reigned over, right? Those are things you should teach your kids, because it's going to do two things. It's going to put them in a place where they're not subservient, right? As far as their mental state, it'll put them in a state of rulership, right? It'll make them feel like they can own something. They can rule something. They're not like, they don't have to just obey and comply, right? They can control and create. That's what it'll teach them, the first part, right? Second part, mentally, right? Because I don't know about the rest of y'all, but me, I always felt like some type of special person on earth. Like I should be more than what I am right now. Right? Just always felt that. I don't know if everybody that's an Israelite feel that, but I always felt that. Right? Like, whatever this is, this ain't right. This is like a trial and error. I don't know what this is, but this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Type stuff. Like, I'm supposed to be somewhere else, living a better life, like rolling over people. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're somebody that feels that, as I have my whole life, when you come across history that actually proves that's the position our people were in, it should make you happy, right?
Right.
And it should put you in a situation where you feel like, okay, if I teach this to my kids, it'll make them feel how they're supposed to feel, right? Therefore, they can actually go out and achieve these things that we used to be able to achieve, right? We could put them in the mind state to be able to actually go out there and take the kingdom. That's what we're supposed to do. Take it back, right? Not just let it sit here and wait on us. And we not do nothing. We just keep fighting and bickering about it. No, we're supposed to take the kingdom, right? So that's what we have to start doing. And in order to do that, especially when it comes to training up a child in the way they should go, you have to put them in a certain mental state to take a kingdom. The mental state that they're being taught out in the world, out in this society, isn't to take anything, but the lashes on their back with the smile. That's it, right? Take your punishment cheerfully. That's all we're being taught here and encouraged to do in America, right? And the turning of the damn cheek.
Yeah.
Right? They kill your mother, father, sister, brother, everybody but you and your family. Just turning of the cheek, right? And let them punch you in the face. Like, that's what we're taught. As opposed to your ancestors who were the Maccabees, they were in the same situation that you were in. They were in a subjected state. They were ruled over. They were given retarded laws that they had to follow that stopped them from being able to keep serving the Most High to the best of their abilities, right? They were made crazy work schedules, all type of different things, right? That stopped them from doing what they need to do for the Most High. And they put themselves in a place to take that kingdom. And for a time, they possessed it and ruled over it, right? And made the rules for themselves. Controlled the people that put them in a place where they couldn't serve the Most High, right? Which is what we hope to do once we take this kingdom. Rule over our oppressors, right? Put them that lead us into captivity, take them that lead us into captivity and put them in captivity. That's one of our goals. That's part of the faith and patience of the saints, right? To kill those with the sword that have killed us with the sword. That's part of the faith and patience of the saints. But there's a certain mental state you have to be in when that time comes to want to be able to do that. Some of y'all like the enemy so much that y'all not gonna want to, put no sword to behind, sword to neck, right? Whip to back. Y'all ain't gonna want to do that. Y'all been getting y'all notes from them. Y'all gonna be like, this is my moray. This is my rabbi, right? This is master. Right. This is my brother. People that are in the mind state of taking the kingdom, they might disguise themselves as a brother of one of those people, right? Just for the sake of survival. When the time comes, we're just as cunning as they are, right? Stand bold as a lion as we take the sword from our sheath and slice their neck off, right? That's the way it's supposed to be as we take the kingdom. But as I said, there's a certain mind frame you have to be in order to do those type of things when the time comes. And you put yourselves and your children in that mind frame by teaching them the history of the people that used to do that thing, that used to carry themselves like that, right? The aristocracy, as it's called, right? The leaders of the ruling class. And us as Israelites, we're supposed to be the ruling class of the whole planet Earth. We're the people that were put above all people on the face of the earth by our power, right? Who a lot of them try to follow. Well, claim they try to follow, right? Pose as followers of, i.e. biblical people, Christians, right? Catholics, even the Muslims, right? They all claim to be followers of our power, yet don't acknowledge the people that he's put above all people. So once we start to put ourselves in a position to demand that power, because it's prophecy, it's going to happen soon. Once we start to put ourselves in that position, right, there's a way that we have to teach ourselves, way that we have to teach people, right, to be. We have to stand up for justice because what? Justice is slack. Judgment is slack, right? So you have to teach that aspect. But what? Kings would do that. A prince isn't going to not stand for justice or something like that, especially in a kingdom that belongs to him. So those are things that, I want us to put ourselves back in the mind frame of, as opposed to always being like we're slaves here in America, right? You guys are supposed to be in the truth. The truth shall set you free. If you're free, what does that make you at this point? We're a nation of kings and priests, right? So
Right.
we need to understand that. Give me Isaiah 59 and 14.
Okay.
Don't run through these precepts and hop up off of here like quick.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 14. And judgment is turned away backward, and justice standeth afar off. For truth is fallen in the street, and equity cannot enter.
You see that? So judgment and justice fall off. Right? That's what the deal is here. Judgment and justice fall off. They're not here. It's a wrap. We're in a place where that's not going to be done. Right? But our people have to put themselves in a place where we start to fight for justice and judgment. Right? When we start to be the creators of justice and judgment, if it's not going to be here, we have to make it for ourselves. Right? That's part of taking the kingdom. When we start to build our communities and stuff like that and start to govern ourselves a little bit more and become a little bit more autonomous as the final, final structuring of Jacob's trouble begins to happen, our people will be put in a place where, those that keep the law, we're going to be straight. And it's because of the things that we put in place to govern ourselves, right? And those that don't want to keep the law, they won't be straight. And it's because of the mind state that they're going to be in as servants still, right? Not knowing that they could do something for themselves to get themselves out of that situation, i.e. keep the law. And the fact that they're following their oppressor, which we know we're not supposed to do at this point, right? So, which is why it's also good to teach the Bible, because the Bible teaches us what? Not to envy the oppressor and choose none of his ways, right? So those are also things that you should put in a lesson when explaining to your children or to yourself or your spouse or whatever it might be, right? Who we are biblically and the job and the duty that we have as people and the history that you should be teaching and could be teaching to glorify ourselves in the position that we had before, America, right? Before West Africa. Because we wasn't, if you want to be real, we wasn't doing crap over there anyway. Real. Not to the magnitude that we were in Israel. Right? You think Timbuktu and Songhai and all that stuff was good? Well, go back to Israel and see what we did there. Right? Hell. It's like what we did in, England, Scotland, Wales, France, Germany, Russia, Greece. That's better than what we've done in America. It's also history that's easily attainable that you could teach. So those are things that I think we should be teaching, man, as far as history is concerned. Not just going over Jim Crow and all that crap that they teach you during this 28 days. Right? Like, that's all y'all look at is history. And that's the main reason why I was like, it do make sense to do this class. I asked Knock and Boaz a couple weeks ago. Knock was like, you should do something on Black history. I said, all right, bet. But instead of actually teaching a Black history lesson, I decided to ask y'all to look up some real Black history, quote unquote, Black history, right? Israelite history. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
If you're a so-called Native American or Hispanic, look up the different wars that we had with the people that were coming here to the Americas, right? Look at how hard and difficult it was for them to take us out, because they don't talk about that part of the wars with the Native Americans and the Hispanics. They only talk about, I don't even think they talk about any real wars with the Native Americans and Hispanics, because I don't really think I remember going over any for real.
Most wars that they've ever talked about were pretty much, and that they've actually put in the.
They might have talked about the Alamo, but it was like not it was brief.
But these were wars that they won. That's what they pretty much pushed for.
What do you think?
These are wars that they have that they came out on top. That's what they push.
And that's what they're gonna
basically-
keep pushing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where they come out on top. So, but even the ones that they teach where they come out on top, right? It's never the ones who put up a real resistance. Like,
Right.
I know we're not in Haiti, but when I was in 7th grade, I had a black history teacher, right? And she taught us about like Georgia. And there was one lesson she went over like for Black History Month. She tried to teach us like, I don't know, admirable black people that we should look up, right? And they taught us about Toussaint from Haiti, right? And but like the lesson that they taught, because he leads a whole revolt that puts the nation, you know, switches the rulership, so to speak. So from like slave to slave master. I mean,
Right.
from slave master to slave, right? So but the standpoint that they taught it in the books that she had us reading, it didn't really give any emphasis to how the actual Haitians were the ones that took over Haiti, right? Had my mom not been Haitian, I wouldn't have even understood it like that. I don't think, because I already knew the story based on what they were telling me and stuff, right? Little things that they used to say. So, because you know Haitians real prideful and stuff, so they'll just like bust out talking about stuff like that. But you notice black people and Hispanics, they're not really like that, per se, right? When I say black people, African Americans, right? Jamaicans are real prideful, you know, they'll tell you about their history if they know it. They know about the Maroons and all that. They let you know about all that stuff, right? You know, Trinidadians, all that type of stuff. They are Bahamians, they are pretty prideful, right? Smart Issacharites, I'll say, if they know about the Aztecs, they pretty prideful too, if they know, right? And give a damn. Some people know and they don't. But for the most part, vast majority of Israelites, period, no matter what nation they are right now, right? They don't seem to know much about any history, even if we lost a war, right? Where we really put up a resistance and how hard it was for them to actually take us out on this side of the earth for this last captivity that we just had, right? That we're still in, basically. So there was a fight that was put up. It wasn't easy for them to do. That's why it took so many years for them to, you know, take the yoke off our neck and leave us in the position that we're in now, where niggas just make TikTok dances and, you know, I don't know, do all type of crap that has nothing to do with actually saving ourselves and taking the kingdom, right? And possessing it forever and ever. And the people that are ruling over us, right? So we need to put ourselves back in that type of position, right? Put ourselves back in a mind state that glorifies the things that we did as a nation that put us above everybody, right? Things that we did as a nation that made them scared of us. Y'all wonder why white people are scared of you spiritually, right? Asian people, all them type of stuff. Why do y'all have this fear deep down for the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man? It's because they know who you were and what you are and what you're capable of, right? You don't know, though.
Right.
Their spirit remembers. Trauma passes down from generation to generation. It's not just for Israelites. The fact that we used to rule over them, they know spiritually that the trauma that they had, whatever things we were doing to them when we were in power, right? They still remember that. No, they don't remember that, but they remember that. They spirit remembers it. You know what I'm saying? So they treat us a certain way based off of that. Because there's a hatred built that like deep down, right? A perpetual hatred, not just from Esau, but for all of the nations towards us, because they know how we used to treat them back in the day, right? Some of the way that they treat us is based off of how we used to do them back in the day, right? Which is just gonna get worse because they're gonna have to drink a double cup of this stuff this time. Thank you. But that's what our people need to be preparing for. Put yourself back in a place where, you know, you can actually teach your people things that we did that put us above the other folks, right? Have fun learning what we did to, you know, control them when we were above them. What type of methods we use to control them. We know for us, they use social media, right? They use like psychological warfare, mental control, right? these different things to try to control our people. What different things did we do to control them?
Mm-hmm.
Physical labor, whips, chains, swords, cutting off limbs, selling people. We did that, right? When you read that history, to me anyway, I don't know about y'all. Y'all probably different than me. I'm probably a psychopath or something. But I enjoy reading that, right? I enjoy knowing, damn, we did them like that. That's interesting. I wonder how that would go if we did that today. You know what I mean? And then when you think about it, it just puts you in a place where it's like, okay, damn. And then when you start meditating on the kingdom after that, once you start to read history and certain things that we did to them, and you're like, damn, I wonder if we'll be able to do this in the kingdom. Right? Plus this. It's like, damn. Like, I can't even describe it because I want y'all to do it yourselves. I want you guys to actually try it. Right? So just try it, man. Know what I mean? Come back to the old path. That's what I'm asking. Let's get on MLK. There's a reason why they want you to keep learning about MLK, but the Bible also teaches you something about MLK and the things that MLK did and stuff like that, right? That would put a negative connotation on wanting to learn about him and the aspect of him that they want us to learn, right? So MLK is known for what? His most famous speech, the I Have a Dream speech, right? This I Have a Dream speech is supposed to be a speech that brings Black people, Hispanic people, white people, everybody and their mama in America together, right? It's supposed to make us the IE melting pot. You know what I'm saying? The Bible talks about this because it was prophesied by Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 23 is literally the chapter in Jeremiah where he talks about the pastors who scatter the sheep, right? The pastors who aren't good shepherds to the sheep that have allowed them to go astray and be scattered, right? This chapter literally leads to, what's it? Romans 11. Is that Romans 11? Yeah. Romans 11.
What? Oh, yeah.
Where Hamashiach Yahweh, is it Romans 11? Where it talks about, if one sheep goes astray, you're supposed to go look for that one sheep.
God.
Yeah. So Romans 11, right? It talks about that whole situation. And yeah, because Romans 11 and 18 is one of the scriptures that they take out. So that thing, right? That chapter there is like precursored by this right here, right? So our people need to understand this Jeremiah chapter, because the Jeremiah chapter not only explains to you how our pastors have allowed us to be scattered, right? Which led for us to have a real need for Mashiach Yahushua to come as a high priest for us. But it also explains Martin Luther King in the mental state, in the mind frame, in the dream that we would be stuck under, right?
Okay.
And it asks a question about this dream once it identifies who it is, right? In fact, while you do that, I'm gonna pull this up in the Bible Hub so they can see. Go ahead, read that right quick.
Come on, it's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, starting at the top. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith Yahweh. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh by power of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith Yahweh. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. You want me to continue?
No, that's it. Stop right there. Hold on a second. I'm about to put this up. So look, man.
Don't
All
see
right.
it.
Now look, verse 25. Oh, my bad. Damn. Ha. Thank you.
Yeah.
I put it up and I'm saying like, hey. Okay. Wow. Y'all see that now, right?
There we go.
Okay, look. So read verse 25 one more time in the KJV.
Con. This is the verse 25.
Yeah, Jeremiah 23 and 25. You didn't read that before?
No, I didn't. I started at 1. Salaki. I'm going to go ahead and start at 25. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and verse 25. I have heard what the prophets said, that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed. I have dreamed. How long?
He even said it like Martin Luther King. I have dreamed. Yeah. So look, the KJV was written before the NIV, right? In the NLT or New Living Translation. So the KJV is written future tense, right? Or past tense. I have dreamed, right? Depending on the translation that you read in the time period of the KJV. But when we look at the NLT, New Living Translation, or the NIV, right? New International Version. It says, I have heard what the prophets say who prophesied lies in my name. They say, I had a dream. I had a dream. What did they teach us that Martin Luther King actually said? I have a dream, right? And then the NLT says, listen to the dream I had from God last night. Right? That's basically what he says in the speech, right? So, but the point is, this I had a dream, right? I had a dream, is supposed to signify Martin Luther King and the dream that he had for us in America, right? What's the thing that it asks after this verse? You almost said it a minute ago.
How long?
There you go. That.
God. Verse 26. Verse 26. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart.
So how long shall this be in the minds of the prophets that prophesy lies? Because what, like, Jesse Jackson and them, right? Al Sharpton, they've been preaching this damn thing forever as enemies of the boot, or enemies of our people, and corporates of the boule, right? Trying to keep us in subjection to the white man, because that's all it's going to do.
Yep.
So our people now have to find a way to teach ourselves, one, away from this dream, get ourselves out of the mind state of wanting to assimilate with these people, and get ourselves into the mind state of wanting to rule over these people, right? Don't assimilate, appropriate. How about that? So, yeah, man. How long will this be in the hearts and the minds of the prophets? I don't know, but hopefully it stops real soon, right? Because Sirach 34 tells us that we shouldn't be chasing after dreams. It's like those that chase after a shadow, right? So we've been chasing this dream this whole time, and we're never going to catch it, because it's not a dream that you can actually attain. It was a lie that they gave us to keep us subservient, right? It was a lie that they told us to keep us in a position where we always need and want them around, and we're afraid to have our own stuff and our own thing. We always want to know what about them, right? That's why on the street, when we talk about us being saved in the situation we're in, the fact that we went through slavery and we know that they didn't go through slavery, we still somehow end up asking the question, what about them? Like, what the hell you mean? What about them?
Right.
What you mean? But for some reason, we always ask that question. The reason why is because of Stockholm Syndrome. It's on you all, right? So we got to get out of that. That's part of the dream. Go ahead.
I want to get 32 because you basically brought that out, right?
Go ahead.
This is verse 32 of the same chapter, Jeremiah 24 and verse 32. Behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, saith the Lord, and do tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies and by their lightness. Yet I sent them not, nor commanded them. Therefore they shall not profit this people at all, saith the Lord.
That's right. Was that 23 or 24?
No. I went. I'm Slacky. Verse 23. Slacky. I said the wrong.
Okay. Fine.
23 and verse 32.
23 and 32. Yeah. So, but yeah. So lies, right? That's what our people end up, latching on to. That's what they end up believing. That's what they end up teaching, instead of teaching the facts about who we actually are, the type of things that we're capable of, type of things that we've actually done in history to prove who we are and what we're capable of, right? They teach you guys sharecropping, Jim Crow, Fat Al Sharpton and brothers walking across the bridge getting beat. Like, that's something we supposed to be proud of. They show you niggas getting hosed down and being tossed down the street by a water hose from a fire truck, and a bunch of dogs chasing them as they getting tossed down the street by the water hose. And we supposed to be proud of that. Oh yeah, that's my Uncle Jimmy.
Right.
Like, bro, what the hell?
Right.
Why are we happy? I'm supposed to clap at that? No. I want to know about when we was kings. That's what they tell us we say, right? Well, damn it, if we find out we was actually kings, why don't we learn about that? For the 28 days. They only giving us 28 days to learn about it. Y'all don't learn about good stuff for the damn 28 days y'all got every year. Damn it. Like, it don't make no sense. For real. You only want to learn about Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad? You know what happened to her after the Underground Railroad, right? Like, you don't want to learn about what would have happened if we didn't need an Underground Railroad? Where we was at before slavery?
Right.
You don't want to learn about them black people that came here rich from France because of the Code Noir we were talking about? Them free blacks, right? You don't want to learn about none of them people that was back in Rome that was your people? You seen they put Denzel Washington as a rich black guy in Rome in one of them recent movies. I forget what it's called. Just recently, right? Where he kissed a man on it and said that they took it out the movie. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They made him a black rich guy. Y'all want to learn why? Got movies like Othello. Why did they decide to make that movie? Like, I don't understand. You don't want to go do the research to learn why. And when you find out them people was brothers and sisters, well, don't you think it'd be beneficial to teach your children?
Right. Yeah, Gladiator was the movie. Thank you.
Gladiator.
In.
My brain told me that, but I didn't say it. I don't know why.
Right.
I actually saw the movie. But so yeah, but that. So Gladiator, he's there playing Macrae Severus, right? And bruh, he got money. All the white people are like, why the hell did they make Denzel play this character? Because the dude was black.
Right.
The nigga look like Denzel.
Right.
Like, what do you mean? So they don't even know who you are. They don't even know how deep and rich your history is. If you learn that and taught it to your kids, they might want to be that brother for Halloween or something like that, right? Because your kids still gonna celebrate it, you damn heathen. But I'm just saying.
I just Salakia.
Yeah.
Something just came up in my head. I was hearing a conversation earlier today about there was a question asked. I can't remember exactly who it was, but did we realize, or do we feel that movies, right, are actually portraying us to be the actual children of Israel through certain movies? And it just came to my mind, right? And the answer is absolutely. They give us our history right in front of our face, mocking us with different movies. But not only that, just like with
because they know after you see the movie, you still ain't gonna look it up. Like, damn, is it true?
Yeah,
you ain't even gonna think like that.
you know, it's almost like our people will take when they actually change the character. Like I can actually see one day them possibly making a black Superman, right?
Me too.
You know, and I'm only just saying that because they want us to feel like we're the same, we're accepted. We have grown, we have come so far to now we can show Superman as being black, we can show Popeye as being black, we can do all these different things to
And the
appease.
black people gonna give us that black poke money. That's
Yeah.
really what they want.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm just saying that just because our history has always been around. It's always been here with us. It's always been in our hand. And it's just kind of sad to me because, well, not sad, I understand what's going on, but it's just kind of crazy how they twist and turn everything for their benefit and make it feel as if it's our benefit, if that makes sense. Now you there.
Con, it make perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? So I'm almost done. I just wanted to bring that out, man, to let y'all know what's going on here. Give me Exodus 19:6.
Count.
All right. Let's bring some positivity into this thing before we get up out of here. What position are we supposed to be in? What can you teach your kids? Right?
Right.
There's a bunch of kings that we related to. I tried to teach her that with them PowerPoints that I did and stuff like that, right? Go back to them lessons and connect some dots. Find some kings. Go look up King James Stewart line and connect all the dots and the kings and the rulerships and the monarchs from Europe that are connected to them, right?
Many of them.
As the Tudors and the Stuarts and the Bourbons and all them people, right? Go look up all them folks.
God.
And the Primlicids and Holy Roman Empire. Go look them all up. See what kings they got, what type of things their kings did, how they dressed, how they carried themselves, how many wives they had. Yeah. Do that. Right? Go look that stuff up. Go make yourself feel good. Right? How they took down certain nations, how they destroyed their enemies. You know what I'm saying? How they didn't take no crap. How when people tried to take over them, tried to rule over their people, they fought back to the death. They had honor. They had dignity. They fought for justice. They stood for justice. They didn't just let anything go by and pass them by, right? They didn't assimilate. They didn't integrate. They fought, right?
Right.
They took over. They conquered. They destroyed. Our God's a God of war. Y'all have to remember that, right? It's a time for love. It's a time for war. This is wartime. We're in the land of our captivity.
God.
We've been subject to payments. At some point, it's going to be race wars where we have to be subject to war. We need to start putting ourselves in the mind state of people that are ready for that, right?
God.
Putting ourselves in the mind state of people that not just that are able to be subjected, subservient, ruled over, controlled, beaten, but people that can win, people that can be the controller, the ruler, right? The winner. That's what we need to be. That's what we need to teach. That's how we need to teach. Did you read Exodus 19:6? Read that right quick.
Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 19, and verse 6.
What in the world?
And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests, and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
That's who we are. That's what we need to get back to. Nation of kings and priests.
Right.
For the sisters, your princesses and stuff like that too, right?
Right.
So we need to understand that. Start carrying ourselves that way. Right? You brothers, old and young, y'all are the rulers of the planet. You sisters, you daughters of Zion, Y'all are the examples for the helpmeets on the world, right?
That's right.
The daughters that these kings are gonna marry. And even to the heathen that they're gonna take concubines of. Y'all are the examples for them all. Right? As we're supposed to be the examples for all the men. We have to start putting ourselves in that mind state and mind frame to be able to be those people again. Right? So we can start carrying ourselves as such. We have to make ourselves more of an astonishment, more of a spectacle, right? So they get scared and start to do more of Jacob trouble. That's what we want. The more it ramps up, the closer we are to getting up out of here, guys. It's got to get bad before it get good. Let's make it what it's supposed to be. Okay? So, Psalm 82:6. Give me that.
God.
Let's get some feel-good scriptures. I like that. Yeah, we the gods.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Zeus. You're Thor. He's Poseidon. Like, yeah, all right.
It's the book of Psalm, chapter 82, and verse 6.
Read it.
Oops, like it. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High.
We are the gods. Right? The real ones. So we got to start acting like it. God's govern. God's create. God's rule.
That's right.
We got to start being that way. We got to put ourselves back in that mind frame. Stop being subjected, scared, servants, slaves. No, you're in the truth. Truth sets you free. Get back to that God status again, man. You know what I'm saying? What's that? 1 Peter 2:9?
Yep.
Is that what that say? We are a royal priesthood. Is that what that one? Or is it 2 Peter 2:9?
I'm going to it right now.
I be getting them mixed up sometimes.
It's 1 Peter. I'm just going to bring it out. 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood and holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
We're supposed to show forth the praise of the Most High, right? Yeah. Show how worthy we are of being the nation of kings and priests.
That's right.
That's what we're supposed to be. That's what we're supposed to do. That's a job. So for the rest of the month, it's the 10th. Well, yeah, the 11th now. So you got the 11th on to the end of the month, right? Look up some history, Israelite history. Teach your kids, or teach yourself at least, right? So you can teach them later on. But look the stuff up, right? Whether it's the Maccabees, whether it's whatever it is, how Absalom died. Like,
many stories. Many
a lot of things you can look up. Exactly, like you said. A lot of things you can look up endlessly. You won't even be able to finish every single story you could look up by the end of the month. Even if you don't have a job and you just a nigga that sit on the couch and eat chips all day, you will not be able to finish all the stories by the end of the month. So I implore y'all to learn them, teach them, do your research, find out what was going on, really like know the front and back of these accounts and these stories and stuff like that. Because that's what the white man makes you do with his stuff, right? You even got to take a test on it. I ain't gonna make you take a test, but I want you to treat it like you're about to take one, right? Really look this stuff up so you can really learn your history. We know everybody else's history but our own.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to get y'all to do, man. Just make it fun. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Sirach 24 and 23, you don't got to read it, but it explains that this is our heritage, this whole book of the law, right?
That's right.
So, we need to come back to this book of the law, right? Everything in it. And understand that there's things like Isaiah 14, 1 and 2, where it talks about us ruling over our oppressors. There's things like Revelations 13, like I said before, it talk about us ruling over our oppressors, right? And killing those that try to kill us. Those are things kings do. We have to get back to being the kings again. All right? Kings win. So that's all I got for y'all today, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Y'all go do some research. Look up what what you need to look up in the Bible, whatever story you want to look up, whatever accounts rather, right? Look them up, really find out what was going on, and teach them to your kids. Teach them the history. Teach them some feel-good stories, right? Teach them things that's going to make them really realize who we are according to the Bible and the aristocracy that we have and that we're going to have, right? Teach them something that's going to make them feel good about taking this kingdom over and ruling over these people, making them our slaves,
right?
Making them our heathen, right? Because whether y'all like it, understand it, believe it or not, that's what they're going to be.
Right.
Put your kids in that mind frame. Put yourself in that mind frame. Teach yourself the stories and the history that's going to make you feel like that, as opposed to just learning the things that make you feel like a slave.
Right.
So I yield with that.
All praises, all praises, all praises. That's what's up. Hey, I hope everyone add something. Just gonna add to what Captain just ended with when it comes to studying and researching our story, right? What does that do? What let me reverse it. The holidays in America, the different historical days in America are presented all throughout the year in America. You got Veterans Day, you got Memorial Day, you got President's Day. All of these days are used and brought forth and memorialized all throughout the year, and there's certain set of month or season to embolden themselves, to remind themselves of just how powerful, just how great their ancestors were. I find it interesting. United States Constitution is how I look at it as being the Bible of America. It's their book. It's their history book. It's their laws. It's their order, right? Mm-hmm. And they study that. They change it up. They utilize it to do what? To stay in power. So it just seems like it makes sense, especially for us who know who we are, to study our story, to go into our book and to teach our children to learn about the great men and women of our people, so that it emboldens you, right? It gives you a bill of confidence. It takes away all of the stress, the different things that you never.
That's what the monkeys is getting in school. They getting to learn about all the people that they had in history and stuff that we're learning about, right? It's making us like not feel anything. We're just trying to remember something so we can pass the test. But them, they connected to these people. They might have the same damn last name as some of these folks. They're like, yeah, this is my cousin. Like, hey, he was able to do this. Imagine what I'm going to be able to do. Like, that's how they're sitting in the class thinking. While you sitting there like, okay, what's his nigga name again? Let me write this down. You ain't looking at it like that.
Right. Well, the other thing is that they have to do this every year to remind their next generations coming up that they got to stay on top of things, right? So, look, our history is in the Bible. Our stories, our great men, our great women, our great God, right? This is what we need to learn and study to embolden us, right? So we can come back to God's laws and commandments and just take this kingdom. And with that, let me go ahead and get Daniel 7:18. I'm gonna let you guys get going. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18. And it reads, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. By Hashem, Hamashiach Yahushai." Before we go, one more time, I just want to, matter of fact, I'm not going to show, I'm just going to say it. We have feast days coming up. We have our next new moon. Actually, I forgot to date that quick. What was the new moon? Real quick. We're going to get up on out of here. Sometimes things get a little confusing. New moon, our new moon. Next new moon, 12th moon, February 27th. That's coming up. We'll be having a class and teaching a lesson for that day. Hope everyone is able to attend. Also coming up, the first big feast day of this year, which is the Feast of Passover, will be taking place in Atlanta, Georgia. Once again, if you want to congregate, well, I should say, if our congregants want to attend the Feast of Passover, you can do so by going to our website at anointedhouseofsaints.org and get your RSVP in to reserve your seats. We're going to have a wonderful time in the Most High. Some of you have been to our feast before. We're trying to rock it out, right? We're trying to do it right. The colors this year are burgundy, white, and gold with a little bit of cream. So I hope everyone is able to attend. Let's see, is there anything else I want to say? I think that's it. So with that, I think we are going to go ahead and shut this down. Let me take this off of here. But just know, hey, all through the week, we bring out lessons, we bring out classes. So please tune in for the next classes coming up. We have our Thursday night Torah portion. We have Friday night Bible study and also prayer with our congregants. I believe that starts right around 8 or 8:30 as Eastern Standard Time. Also Sabbath morning brew with Captain Aharon. I almost forgot. While Out Wednesday, I forgot. Captain was back. Captain Yahawada. While Out Wednesday. Let's support that. We haven't had it in a while. It's back. I know it's going to be better than ever. So I'm hoping to see everyone there for While Out Wednesday. That will be the next lesson class coming up. But hey, we also have our Sabbath morning or Sabbath afternoon class at the school in Greensboro, North Carolina, with Captain Yonatan, with Captain Judah and Officer Karataza. So hey, look, we're trying to do the work, right? We're trying to make sure that we do our job and we do what we're supposed to do, right? We're trying to get this kingdom back. So with that, I don't have anything else to say. Captain, you done? Any goodbyes? Any announcements? Anything you want to remind the people about? Or are you good? I think he's good. All right. So with that,
my bad. I thought I was off. Shalom. I'll see y'all next week. Make sure that y'all watch the rest of the classes and be safe. I'll see y'all.
Count all praises, all praises.
And with that, next week.
All praises. And with that, I'm gonna say, Shalom.
This is not a test.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, 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 black music, black music, black music, black music, black music.